All right, y'all. Welcome to Late Night Conversations with the Grimes. Tonight we're gonna be just talking about beautiful things, dealing with me and my wife. Nothing bad, just good stuff.
That's gonna be hard with everything that's going on right now.
Well, I ain't worried about whatever. I ain't worried about what's going on right now. I'm just worried about what we got going on right now. What we got going on right now is a beautiful night with no kids. A beautiful night, hopefully with no interruptions. And I got a beautiful woman right beside me. Just imagine the things I can do tonight. What you got to say about that, baby?
I have nothing to say about that. The night is young. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Yes, it
Well, how you
will.
was feeling lately, baby?
I don't know. I feel like my feelings have been weird with everything that's happening. We've been spending a whole lot more time at home. So, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to being out and about and being social because I'm a social butterfly.
Well, I'm not a social butterfly, but I'm trying to get there. And we've been together now for what, 20 something years?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm slowly, very, very, very slowly trying to come out of that bubble.
Very
And it's hard to
slowly.
come out of that bubble when you was all. When I was in school, I wasn't really quiet when I was in school. But when I got into life, I became a quiet person because you know I lost friends. I lost touch with friends because of work and family. So it was hard. It's hard to break that trend when you're working so hard and always working and giving all your time to your family and work. So I'm trying to break out of that, and I'm slowly but surely it's trying to come around.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. That's a true statement. It's very slow.
But I do the talking for all the family. I don't mind talking. I like to talk. We took a trip recently to Key West, and I think I may have talked almost the entire way. When I wasn't sleeping, of course.
Her and the little boy called Jeremiah. Them two do all the talking. Me and Joshua just listen to them a lot, right? But tonight it's not. We're not talking about the kids. We're talking about this beautiful woman beside me. This gorgeous woman beside me, and she stuck with me for 20 something years, and we've been together for 20 something years, and it's been strong. It's been hard sometimes, but mostly it was strong. We've been doing good, and I just want to get back used to laughing with her, talking to her, and having fun with her, enjoying her like everybody else enjoyed her, because she is beautiful, and everybody wants a little piece of her. A little piece of her. Well, most people want a big piece of her, but I need her all to myself, and I'm trying to get her back all to myself. But it's a we got 20, 30, 40 more years together, hopefully, and I'm gonna bring her on, I'm gonna wheel her on back in. I mean, I got to step out of my comfort zone into her zone, and that's that social butterfly zone. What you got to say about that, baby?
Yeah, you get there. Lorenzo has always been a a man that pays attention to details. He's not a huge talker, and I respect that. I do the talking. I don't mind doing the talking. Um, it just sometimes it can become like a tug of war because I want to do all the talking and he kind of just stands there or sits there and I try to engage him, but that doesn't always work out. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, man. It's a tussle. It's a tussle, but everything's a give and take. Everything's a give and take. Give and take. Any problems that we do have is minimum. We can work them out if we choose to put aside our individual needs to benefit the family or benefit us because the boys are growing up. So we got to start focusing more on us because they're growing up and they're going to have their own lives. And we're going to have to learn how to focus on our lives, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard part for me because I've always been either a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife, and I haven't been working outside of the home for a long time. So it's gonna be a definite interesting change for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a I'll get a chance to get back to me.
Get back to me, herself, and leave me out.
No, not leave you out, but we were talking about the kids.
You said get back to me though, so that means you plan on leaving me out of the situation and you get back to yourself.
Well,
What
I,
do you
I,
mean by
I
that?
gotta make sure that I'm well within myself first
Hmm.
before I can be great for you.
Oh, okay. So how long you think that gonna take? Cause I don't have no patience for that.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna have to get patience for it, cause if that what she need, that what she gonna have to do. But I don't need no time. I don't need no time at all, cause I'm a family man, 100%, and I don't need my time because my time is my family time, all the way, always, 100%. But let's get down to this. It's a nice, beautiful situation we got right here. I got some hot oil to rub her down. We rub her down and I give her a nice little massage. She already said something about she got to go to work in the morning, so she trying to go to sleep. I don't know what's going on with her. But
That's to be determined.
that's to be determined. Oh, okay, that's to be determined.
Because as we said, I'm not used to working. I'm so used to being
Free spirited.
free spirited.
Do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Catching the sales.
Catching the sales.
Making sure that I keep it all together.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You can look at her and tell she's well put together. She's beautiful now, right? She's very beautiful. But I'm gonna rub her down. I got some hot oil right here waiting on her. She don't want to drink tonight, so we just gonna chill out on the drinking tonight and just relax. Because if you can't have fun without drinking, then what are you really doing? What are you really doing? You got to be able to have fun with your wife without the alcohol all the time. So what you say about that rub down? That hot oil rub down with some natural coconut oil.
It might be a slippery situation.
Oh, slippery situation. Oh. She said a slippery situation. I like slippery situations. Mm-hmm. We're gonna see about that. She got that smile. Look at that smile. That's what I like to see right there. I got to get back into enjoying her smiling. Let's get back into that. That's beautiful, man.
You're making me blush.
That's why. I'm trying to do that a lot more now. A lot more, man.
That won't be hard.
We got to get back into enjoying each other. It's some nice enjoyment. Cause I love her, man. She's part of my life forever. Hopefully. I'm here for her as long as she's here for me. That's how I should be, and that's how I gonna always be. But only if she's here for me. Whenever she wanna leave, I can't stop anything like that. But I'm 100% as long as we together. And it's a beautiful thing. What you think about it?
It is. But I don't want people to believe that marriage is easy because it's not. It's not easy at all. It's something that you have to work on, definitely.
It's
You
work.
can't just jump in head first and think that every day is going to be peaches and cream because it's not.
No, you gotta work on it now. Cause if you ain't working on it, what are you doing? If you ain't building something, what are you doing? You got two different people, and they say when you marry, you're supposed to be as one, but you can never be as one because you got individual spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try to be as one as much as possible, but you got to understand we are different people, and we've been married for a long time when we were teenagers. You see what I'm saying? So when you was married that young, eventually you grow up and become different people. From 20 years ago to now, we different people. We're not the same. But we got to find a way to bring that together in a way that's is workable. You know, you got to be able to bring it together in a way that's workable, and that's where the compromise come in at. And the compromise is a beautiful thing. You might have to change a little more. She might have to change a little more. But when you bring it together, that's where the beauty come in at. And that's only if it's willing. You have two willing people that's willing to do that. That's the only way it's going to work. You can't force nobody to want to be like you or you want to be like them. You got to let them be their individual self and then see where y'all can meet at in the situation. And as long as it's love, you shouldn't have to worry about anything because you'll be able to find that boundaries. And that's the most beautiful thing, finding those boundaries and being able to have those conversations. What do you say about that?
I agree. I know recently we had a conversation, a late night conversation about what was a respectable time for me to come back home at night. And it was a little bit of back and forth because this is something that we never talked about. Because I've always just went out with the girls or, you know, we never talked about a time. Of course, I knew that 1, 2 o'clock is not respectable at all. But once again, we didn't talk about it. And so we came after going back and forth a couple of times and we came to a respectable time for me to be back home. But then Lorenzo left one night, of course, to go check on his trailer. And I'm so used to me being the one gone. I'm not used to him being gone. So the time got near and I called him because I was like, curfew is coming. But then that's when I realized that it's not so fun being the one that is at home looking at that clock like it's almost curfew time. So that's something that, when you're in that type of situation, you have to take those things into consideration. So sometimes it has to happen to you before you can realize, do you want that to happen to me? So that is something that you need to think about when you're out having fun or whatever. That's something that you need to take into consideration the other person. So,
And I would like to add to that. I did not tell her where I was at now, so that must be mean she was tracking my phone.
iPhone.
You see what I'm saying? I did not tell her where I was at, so she was tracking my phone, in which I knew she would have tracked. She was going to be tracking my phone, and I meant to turn it off, but I said no, that's not what I do. I don't have anything to hide. So I drove down and checked the trailer out, but I did not tell her where I was going at because I knew she would have checked the phone regardless of what, right? But it doesn't matter to me because I have nothing to hide, so it doesn't matter. But
And anytime that I go anywhere, I go to the same place all the time. And I've told Lorenzo several times how to check my location. I share my location with him and I never turn it off because I don't want him to believe that I'm out doing something I have no business doing. That's why I try to be as transparent as possible. So that is why I showed him where I've been at. He's been over there more than once. He knows where I'm at. So if he were to pop up, it would be totally fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that because I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, I mean that's beautiful, but I'm not the pop up type. If you say you someplace and if you there, that's where you at. If you not there, if something happened to you, time will always tell if something going on or if something not right, But that's enough of that because that's that on that. But back to the situation, man. You ready for that rub down? I'm just gonna do your feet on camera. Other things might happen off camera. You ready for that rub down?
I guess so. Since we're talking about it.
Since we talking about it.
It's a good thing I got my toes done, huh?
But y'all won't be able to see that part anyway, though. I got that coconut oil, and it's organic coconut oil. I got the good stuff. But it's a beautiful thing, man. When you can spend time with your wife and just enjoy the moment. You don't always have to be out in the streets. Late nights, sitting to the house. It don't even have to always be about sex. Sometimes it can just the romanticism can just be in the moment of just enjoying the conversation. What do you say about that, babe?
I agree. It's not always about sex, even though sex is great and it is healthy. It's definitely healthy in a marriage. Plays a huge part. But it's not always about that because life is more than just having fun, as my husband says all the time. Even though I love to have fun all the time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at cutting it off. Um, but communication is always good. It's always good to be able to communicate, even when you're frustrated or things are not going right. It's good to always talk it out. And we always talk about how we don't like to go to sleep upset with each other because that kind of stuff just it settles with you overnight and you don't sleep well. And I like to get my sleep in because sleep is a beautiful thing.
And you see how beautiful it is. So she get a lot of beauty sleep.
I don't do bags under the eyes. No, I make sure I get my sleep. So that's why I go and I wake him up. Listen here, we got to talk because I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Every night.
And see, I don't have a problem with sleeping either. And when I go to sleep, I'm not angry when I go to sleep. By the time I go to sleep, I'm finished with it. Whether we finish the situation or not, it's easy for me to go to sleep without being angry. You know, and I go on to sleep, man. I can't hold it. I don't hold that stuff no more because holding things don't do nothing but make you sick. Don't do nothing but make you mad at the world for no reason. And the world ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just you and your individual spirit. You just got to figure out how to deal with the way you think and the way your mind works and understand that you can only control you. You can't control the way nobody else thinking, the way nobody operate. Sometimes I live through my wife and I see her gifts and her talents and I think she should use them in a certain way. But I got to start coming up out of that because even though she got the gifts and the talents that she have, it's up to her if she want to use them in a certain way. So, we always look to make each other better, but you got to understand a person can only be great at what they want to be great at. Even though you see things in them that they could be greater in, you got to wait until they want to be great in them. What do you say about that, babe?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like when I do things, I give 1,000% when I do it. I think my issue sometimes can be consistency. I'm not always consistent. I will jump from one thing to the next. I will jump from candles to tumblers to jewelry to my tram station company. I have several businesses and it's hard sometimes keeping up with all of them because it's just me. I have, Lorenzo and the boys, but sometimes it can be, I don't know. I feel like I'm just working, but I like to be able to go out, but then I don't want to allow my business to fall by the wayside because people know me. People know that when product is put out from Delayshas, I put out. I don't I don't half step at all. I make sure that my clients are happy at the end of the day. So it's just a balance. You gotta find a better balance. You have to find a better balance. So
And I'm going to work on these legs right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work on these legs. I'm going to work. Put the helmet on later on tonight. I'm going to work. I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Put the hard helmet on. I'm going to work tonight now.
That's what you say.
You know, she probably going straight to sleep.
I am thinking about sleep.
Because sleep is beautiful. You can't beat sleep now. You know, that stuff is good, but sleep revitalizes the body. Mm?
And with the week that we're getting ready to have, I need to get as much sleep as possible because Lorenzo has been talking about going to get all his nephews. It's about a whole team of little boys. That is another reason why I get so caught up in going out and do my own thing because I'm the only girl in the household. So a lot of times I feel like I get lost in translation because it's just me. There is no one else. It's just me. And my sisters live a little ways away. And so I only have a couple of girlfriends. There's not a whole lot of them. But boys kind of run our house.
No, no, no. Don't lie about that now. Boys don't run the house.
I run the house.
She
Don't get
run
it
the house
twisted.
now. She run the
But
house. And
I'm
she
talking.
run her mouth too. She run her mouth too now. Go ahead, what you say, baby? I'm sorry. I went a little too far.
I mean, at the end of the day, I am the queen of this castle, forever and always. But when they get riled up in here, I don't like a lot of noise. I like things to be mellow and chill when I'm at home. So that's why I don't mind being here every once in a while by myself because it's quiet. I can walk through the house. But when it is loud on another level. It's loud. Like wrestling, fussing, arguing between the boys, in and out of the pool, wet feet all over the house. That's just too much for me. So
Too much for you.
it's too much for me.
You see them Delayshas candles back there burning. It don't look that clear on the camera, but you got them Delayshas candles back there burning, smelling good. You got that strawberry. You got that lavender. Got that
Got eucalyptus.
eucalyptus. You know what I'm saying? Got that beach balm. All those beautiful smells for the summer. You got that pheromone. Ooh, Lord, that pheromone.
That's the #1 seller.
Pheromone get you in the mood.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. I don't need it to get in
I
the
don't
mood.
need a candle to get in the mood.
No, sir. That's all I need right here. These toes right here to get me in the mood.
And we are both Scorpions. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Our birthdays are super close.
Yeah, man.
So
But it's just beautiful. It's beautiful being in love with somebody like you. It's hard too, though. She's a piece of work. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It's like I'm a piece of work. You know what I'm saying? We clash. We clash all the time. But I can't stand being without her. That's my baby, boy. Look at her. Look at that.
that's
thing.
why I leave sometimes. You gotta leave sometime to make them miss what they have.
Look at that.
It's okay.
Craziness
It's okay to leave sometimes.
Look at that craziness.
It's not like you're gonna be gone forever. You're coming back. You are gonna come back.
She don't believe me because of that. She believe me because she want to go out. Ain't nobody gonna hear her.
I like to go out. It's not, I go out, but I don't go to the club. I'm not going out to the club. I'm just going out with my girlfriends. I love hanging out with them. They're so much fun. And I got a couple of girlfriends and my sorority sisters. They're amazing. I love them. Gotta give a shout out to my sorors. I have Iota Phi Lambda Sorority Incorporated. And tomorrow we're gonna celebrate our Founders Day. That's amazing. That's gonna be amazing. So that's always fun. I can't wait till this pandemic is over, and then we're gonna be able to go out of town again. Just girls. That's always fun.
Oh man, I ain't want to hear no jump.
You get to go out of town again.
I'm just no girls, man.
Just the girls. It's different when you go out with your family versus going out with the girlfriends, right? And it has nothing to do with like, it's just different. You get to be around other women, their point of views. I thought I was the only one that bicker with my husband because we don't talk about that kind of stuff. But tonight I got a chance to talk to my sorority sisters, and weirdly so, like, two of them were having some, a little bit of bickering with their spouses. And we get to talk about all kind of great things.
Let's stop that right there. Don't talk about other people's business.
We get to talk about all kind of great things, but marriages are not perfect. And it's okay to bicker.
Let's stop talking about other people's business.
It's okay to bicker.
I don't do that. I don't talk about other people's business. Whatever that is, that's their business.
See, this is why
leave that with their
girls' weekends are good.
Oh, man. Leave other people's business in their house.
It's good. It's good. It's good for the soul. It's okay to get that kind of stuff out. You don't have to go into detail, but you can talk about those things and find a way to talk through them. Talking is really healthy. It's good. You don't have to turn it into like a pissing match or anything, but communication is key. Make sure you communicate. This rub really does feel good.
She's getting that nice deep tissue massage.
It's starting to make me sleepy now.
Getting that nice deep tissue massage. Look big on. Look at them arms right there. Look at them arms.
I got a little something now.
You look strong, little something now.
I work out now.
Strong, little something now. But see them deep tissues, that deep tissue massage get down and get that blood to circulate. All in down in the lymphatic system.
Lymphatic sleep.
Yes, sir.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right there, you get that good massage. Work on all in it like that right there. Look at that, look at that, look at that.
Yep, it's making me sleepy. That's gonna be a good sleep tonight.
Yep. Good sleep is the best sleep. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, that's good. But man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Get back into the groove of talking. So, y'all take the time to just talk to your ladies, man. Talk to your ladies. See where they at, man. See where their head at. See where their mind at, Sometimes they want to say things to you and they don't know how to say it. Why? Because we so hard. We so
non-emotional.
Non-emotional, yeah. We so non-emotional sometimes that we forget that we're dealing with a very emotional creature. A woman is very emotional. Most women, not all women, but a lot of women is very emotional. And when we are not emotional, we shut them down and we stop them from being able to get the emotions out. And when you do that, over a long period of time, you can mess their hormones up and mess the way they operate and mess the way they think of. And that's not good. They got to be able to express themselves because there's so many different languages out there that don't even require you talking. There's so many different body motions, so many different facial expressions, so many different body languages that if they don't get operated, eventually they'll cause other things to go wrong in your body. And when you're dealing with a very emotional woman like my wife, she needs to be communicated. She needs to be heard. And I'm trying to do my best to get better at it. And it ain't gonna take that much time, because once I put my mind to switching up, I can do it, no problem. But, no matter what you're doing, it's gonna take two. It only will work if the other person want it to work. That's simple. It's just that simple. If they want it to work, it'll work. If you want it to work, it'll work. But it gotta be the both of y'all.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
We didn't been together so long. My mama always say the grass ain't green on the other side.
The grass ain't green on the other side. It could be green on the other side. You never know, though. You never know. Because, if you okay with the grass that you're feeding on, then that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Whether it's green or not, you shouldn't even worry about whether it's green or not. Because you shouldn't worry about even going over there. So I don't care nothing about the grass, whether it's green or not. Just the grass I want to graze on. If I was a cow, I want to graze on this grass all day long. What do you say about that?
I have nothing to say.
You ain't never thought of it in that perspective.
I did not.
It's all different type of perspectives.
It did not.
to think of things. But that's life.
I thought about that.
It's life.
You can only fantasize. That's all you can do.
Fantasize.
Hmm.
Elaborate on that. Elaborate.
Fantasies is a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a state of mind. Doesn't have to be an action.
So you can only fantasize about what though?
Whatever you want to fantasize about. Whatever is on that other side of that grass that you think may be.
But if you fantasizing about it, you got to choose your words and look at your words and what you using. Huh? If you fantasize,
It's a thought.
if
It's
you
a state of
fantasize- If you
mind.
fantasizing about what's on the other side of the grass, it'll lead you to want to go taste it.
Not necessarily.
If you fantasizing about
Not
it, usually when people
necessarily.
they fantasize about something good. Who fantasizes about something bad? Think about it.
You could fantasize about a
You didn't thought about the words you were using. think about that now. A fantasy is usually
like a made up world, right?
yeah.
It could be.
So you're gonna make up a word that's bad for you
You can make up a world that
that you don't want to be in.
I could have a good Lorenzo and a bad Lorenzo. Like,
Oh, okay, you don't switch it up, but you don't brought yourself back into the situation. That's good.
yeah, of course. I mean, I
So
can
in,
have
so
like
in your fantasy world, I'm a better Lorenzo. That what you?
I have a Lorenzo that does what I want him to do all the time.
Yeah.
And then I have a Lorenzo that is Lorenzo. He
Yeah.
does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So
I don't do what I want to do.
You don't do what you want to do.
No.
Since when?
Shit. When I do what I want to do.
Since when?
We do what each other want to do, and we try to compromise within the situation. It don't never be everything I want to do. It don't never be everything you want to do.
It should be what everything that I want to do.
See what they going at now. Everything she want to do. You can't be selfish like that, baby. You can't be selfish now.
I feel like Lorenzo has created a person within me,
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that one.
and
I'm with you on that one.
I realized that I became very privileged and spoiled at the same time. And when he pulls that area of my life or my lifestyle back, I don't know how to handle that because I'm used to him providing everything that I need. So that's a struggle.
That is a struggle. I understand. See that in marriages, you got to understand. You can stun a person from actually growing by providing everything they need, and then they figure they don't have to go put forth a massive effort to be better. So you can actually stun a person. You know,
Water.
I got it. And in stunting a person, you stop them from growing because they don't in their mind they don't even think they need to grow because they already got everything they need. But growing is always good. Being better, trying to accomplish more is always good. So you should never get complacent. Complacent, that's the proper word, right? Complacent in who you are and where you are, because you always want to be better. You always want to try to do more, and it's okay to have more. And you got to understand, money is never the root of all evil. Most of the time, it's the people that want the money or don't have the money. Most of the time, those are the evil people. So it's okay to get as much money as possible. It's okay to maximize your potential as much as possible. It's okay to be beautiful as much as possible. Show love as much as possible. Do all the great things as much as possible, because the evil, you can never catch up with the evil.
No.
Because there's too much evil out there. But the beauty, it's always best to be as beautiful as possible. And my wife, she's beautiful to the eye, and she's beautiful within. Her personality is outstanding. Outstanding. She's beautiful, man, all around. She's all around beautiful, man. And I don't know why she's so shy tonight, because usually she be giving it up to everybody. That beauty
That does
now.
not sound
The
good.
beauty of her the beauty of her personality.
Yeah, be sure you clear that up.
Yeah, she
Giving
give it up to everybody. That
everybody.
beautiful personality. and people are drawn to her, and that's naturally. It's easy to be drawn to her because she's a beautiful person.
But something Lorenzo said a few days ago, and I've been thinking about it. I brought it back up to him again, and he used the word vulnerable. And I've thought about that. He says that when I start to have fun, I don't pay attention to my surroundings as much. And so I thought about that because I was just out last night to a cookout, which somebody got a chance to use our chairs in our tent for an event. And the entire time I caught myself paying attention to my surroundings, didn't drink or anything else because that statement it resonated with me because I had to think about how much do I not pay attention to my surroundings? How much do I actually smile when I'm talking to people but not paying attention? Like I always say like nobody wants me because I'm married. Well, I'm gullible enough to believe that because that's not true. Um, but that is it's just those small things that are said and you think about them. You don't just it's just not a thought and it goes away. It's something that you think about constantly because that's something that's like constructive criticism. That's something that I need to work on because I don't when I have fun, I don't pay attention to my surroundings. I'm just like, okay, it's cool. I'm having fun and I'm having my fun. I'm going back home, but I don't know who may be watching me, who could be paying attention to what I have going on. It could be those very individuals that I'm with that say they love me so much, but that's why you got to pay attention to surroundings. You got to pay attention to personalities and not always talk so much that you're not listening or
Seeing.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something that I have to keep an eye on because people will get all they can get out of you and you may not realize it because you're having so much fun.
Yeah. And over the course of these 20 something years of being with her and we going out in different events, I had to pull back all my fun, all the fun I could have possibly had, just to make sure I was a very attentive in what was going on around us. Because, when you with somebody, you learn who they are and what they are and how they function and how they operate. And I noticed a long time ago that when she have fun and she don't pay attention. So I made it my thing to not get over intoxicated or anything of that nature, to make sure I was paying attention. Even though she was having fun, I let her have her fun, but I paid attention and I didn't indulge in those type of things. Probably 90% of the time, just to make sure I was on point. Just in case something pop off, I'm always paying attention. And that over time that make you a very dull person, and it make everybody around you think you being dull, but not really being dull. I'm just understanding and paying attention to the situation when they're not. Which I know who I'm with. I know my wife. My wife want to have fun, so I'm gonna pay attention to the situation. I'm gonna pay attention to the surroundings, and I ain't gonna worry about having fun. I'm gonna worry about paying attention, because when you're in a relationship, you got to see where the flaws at, and where the positives, and where the negatives, and where everything at. So if you gotta change the way you are to fit the situation that you're in, and if it's worth doing, it's worth doing. See, with my wife, it's worth doing. It's worth me letting her have all the fun she want, turning me into a dull person, but it's worth it because our love is on a different level. So it's worth me changing as much as possible to make sure she's safe and to make sure she's having fun. Because she's a beautiful person, and you don't wanna stop a beautiful person from being beautiful. You don't wanna stop a social butterfly from being a social butterfly. You don't want to turn that butterfly you don't want to reverse that butterfly back into a caterpillar. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. That'll be a death to her personality, and that wouldn't be justifiable to do that to somebody like her. Because she's too beautiful. She's one of those, I guess, rare butterflies that you probably won't see so often, but when you see it, it's unbelievable. You understand? And I can see, I get to see that red butterfly every day. You understand? Every day I get to see it, and you know it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
I would hope that that rare butterfly changes its colors every once in a while.
You know, it's that butterfly is so it's so beautiful. She can be the same butterfly for the rest of her life, and you never get tired of seeing it. You understand? But she got many different colors. She's a chameleon. That's how many different colors she got. You know what I'm saying? But she's beautiful. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. She would never bore you. You know, she'll never bore you. But it's been 40 minutes now. I think it's about time to start winding this thing up because she do got to go to work in the morning.
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe. And I've really enjoyed this conversation with her, and it's been beautiful, man. It's been beautiful.
It was. That's
And
good.
look, at I'm almost stunned for words to say. Looking in her eyes, it puts me in a trance because she's so beautiful. Look at her. Look at her. That's my wife, man. Don't you touch her. She ain't for you. These are all for me. That go for the women too, because the women be hollering at her too.
Oh
She's something
my
serious now. She's something
God.
serious. She's something serious now. That's my baby though, man. That's my baby. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. That's pure love, man. It don't get no better than that, y'all. This is Be Love, man.
And Delayshas.
Hey, y'all, just keep loving your heart, man. Just keep loving your heart and keep on living. We love y'all.